Hi y'all, West Texas Gun Guy. Today will be a medium length video. We'll be talking about basic concealed carry in the state of Texas. We'll be going over some sign postings, rules, laws, and a couple of various facts a little bit later. Now, I wanted to point out real quick, first, if you were an out-of-state viewer, please be sure and look up your local and state concealed carry laws before carrying a weapon. This video, if you live in California, all of this will land you in jail. So, or Illinois or New York and states like that. But just make sure you just do a little research, ask some friends, and gain a little knowledge if you are an out-of-state viewer. And the last thing we need getting out of this video is a responsible gun owner trying to protect their family or even themselves and get into trouble because of some silly, stupid mistake. So we don't want to do that. Now, let's start out with the first signage in the state of Texas that you'll see a lot is a 51% sign. Now, you kind of want to ask yourself, what is a 51% sign? And this sign is a sign that you will see at all of your bars and even at some restaurants in your local town or even your city. Pretty much what the sign means is that this establishment serves enough alcohol to make up for 51% of their sales, according to the TABC, which the TABC is the Texas Alcohol Beverage Commission, which, kind of funny, I'm actually a part of. And so pretty much what that sign means is you cannot carry in there legally. But right in just a second, we'll talk about two versions of this the 51% sign, which is kind of a gray area to me and maybe even to you. They can really get you on that if you do start to carry in a 51% sign area, I guess you could call it, and they could probably even screw you even worse if you're having a couple buddies with you, drinking a couple beers, and you got in the waistband, you got your Glock 23, for instance. So you really just want to be careful. If you have any questions or anything about the 51% sign, just look up Texas Government Code 411.204 into Google or Yahoo or something like that, and you'll be able to find all the information. Or you can even go to our Texas State website and look it up from there. However, although rare, there are 51% signs that are posted where you still can carry a firearm. I saw one of these the other day, and it was 51%, but it was in blue. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that means you can still carry, but it's still a gray area. Contact me if you can, if you have any more knowledge about 51% signs being blue. But most of them that you're going to see in your bars and your restaurants and things like that are actually going to be red. So that's something to look out for. But as a concealed carry owner or gun carrier, I guess you could call it, and even yourself, you're always going to be kind of aware of your situations and signage anyways. A good example of this, the other day I was with a couple of friends at our local Buffalo Wild Wings, and I looked over, because I like people watching. Who doesn't like people watching? And I saw a gentleman printing. And if you don't know what printing is, it means pretty much that your shirt or your pants are too tight against your gun and against your body that it's printing an image of the weapon or whatever gun that you have on you. You just need to make sure that you be careful with printing. And a little while later, I'd say about 10 or 15 minutes, a couple police officers came into the bar, placed him in handcuffs, read him his rights, and escorted him out of the building in handcuffs. You really got to be careful and know your signage where you're carrying. I didn't notice that he was drinking, so that will be in his favor, which is good that he wasn't drinking, because he could have gotten a whole lot more trouble. But let's continue with that. It wasn't on our news, so I wish we could have found out more information about it, but I guess they're keeping it pretty hush-hush, and the TABC is not even allowing any of the information to get out either. So, let's go on. A 30-06 sign. What do you think of it when you see a 30-06 sign? To me, I see, do not carry in here. Go put your gun or your weapon back in your vehicle because we don't like it. We don't want you to carry in here. And you will be punished if you do carry in this establishment. This sign is nothing to mess around with. But as with everything else, there are loopholes. In order for this 30-06 sign to be legal, the lettering has to be in bold, 1-inch letters. Generally, they're going to be in white letters or black letters. Usually, they don't go any other colors than that. And this sign has to be in both English and Spanish, with English being on top. This sign also has to be clearly visible to the public, so you can't have it covered up by a tree, or you can't have it covered up by really anything else, because then if you do carry in there, that can be a defense that it was covered, I didn't see it, so I was allowed to carry in there. Sometimes you will see these 30-06 signs mainly posted at the door or behind the stewardess table. I was actually at the mall the other day, and they had a 30-06 sign, but it was on their door. And it was in 1-inch letters, bold letters, visibly clear, but the transparency of the window made it really hard to read the letters because of the white letters. So I think, to me, that's a really gray area, and you'll see a lot of 30-06 signs in the mall or hotels, and I think a theater. I was in Dallas once visiting, and I saw a 30-06 sign there. So, moving on. Various signs. When you go up to your local Walmart or United, Texas, you guys know that, we'll have Uniteds. There will be a sign that talks about the unlicensed possession of a weapon on this premises is a felony with a maximum penalty of 10 years imprisonment and a fine not to exceed $10,000. To me, that's bullshit. I'll walk right in. You know, me and you and all of the gun carriers, we ain't got to worry about that. You know, that has nothing to do with us. That's just something that'll deter somebody without a license. And, you know, some people in the state of Texas or wherever else in their own home state are going to carry anyways if they don't feel like having a license. But you know what? That's the risk that they're going to take. And one thing I do want to bring up, there's a big controversy with Texans carrying at their own state parks. But I was actually up in Palo Duro a couple of weeks ago, and I carried my gun on me the entire time. Because according to Texas Senate Bill 501, I believe, this will prevent state, county, or any municipality, or municipalities, however you say that damn word, from barring CHL holders from carrying on state, county, or municipalities' owned property. So, they really can't do much. They can ask you to leave or go put up the gun, but as far as that goes, they have no legal rights to bar you from carrying your weapon in any of Texas state parks. All in all, just be careful and aware of your surroundings and where you're carrying. Some places don't mind you carrying, but there are some places that really do not want you carrying a weapon on their premises, such as inside university buildings, school buildings, and even hospitals. You can't carry in hospitals. As far as carrying in churches and sporting events, you just need to look for signage, because these days and age, you can carry in churches, which is pretty cool. However, I don't go to church as much as I'd like to. If I could, I would carry a gun. I'm generally always carrying a gun, and I don't have to worry about it so much because I'm always carrying a gun, so I ain't got to worry about it. One quick note before we leave. This was an interesting conversation that I was eavesdropping on at the range the other day in between sessions, and this guy is a total douchebag. I mean, yeah, he's just a total douche. He was telling another shooter that it was illegal to keep your gun and a loaded magazine together in your vehicle. Huh. Sounds a lot like a bunch of duck butter right there to me, but I just think that's a load of shit. Alright? Now, he is true. He is right, but pre-September 2007. And pre-2007, in 2007, the Castle Doctrine, that was right. You had to keep your gun and your ammunition in two separate places. So you could have your gun in your console and your magazine somewhere else. And that would be legal. But if you had them together, that's illegal. But as of September 1st, 2007, the updated Castle Doctrine now allows you to keep your gun cocked and locked. And for those of you who don't know who that is, or what that is, excuse me, that means you have a round in the chamber and your safety is on. But as far as your Glocks go, like this one you see here, I just keep it loaded all the time. That's my personal carry. I just took it out of my in the waistband holster, and that's what I like to carry. Alright, so in conclusion, don't ever let a non-gun carrying citizen ever call you paranoid. Because guess what? There's not a damn thing you got to be worried about. Exactly. You know, they just don't understand why we carry guns. But when they get into a situation where they're going to need one of us and we're not there, they're going to understand real quick why they're going to need to start carrying a gun and learn how to shoot properly and teach their family and kids how to shoot properly as well. Alright, so if you have any questions of where you can or can't carry, you can either message me or comment on this video, or just go over to our state website and look it up. Coming up in the next video, I did another gun build, and this is pretty much all Spikes Tactical, and I will be doing a review on it pretty soon, within the next couple of days, and I'll get that up as soon as possible. And thanks for watching, and safe shooting.